We've all heard of the Illuminati. They're the guys behind all the political assassinations and fake moon landings, and they'll stop at nothing to bring about the New World Order. Or something. So, how did the Illuminati become the information age's version of the Gestapo, Thought Police, and Inquisition all rolled into one?
I didn't expect a kind of Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Hold on to your hats, because we're diving into the secret history of the Illuminati. Bavarian Illuminati. The roots of the Illuminati go back to May 1, 1776, when a college professor named Adam Weishaupt founded a secret refuge for Germans in search of freedom from church domination over philosophy and science. He called it the Illuminati of Bavaria. Think of it as a secret club for wealthy male fans of democracy and tolerance. Soon its lodges appeared elsewhere in Europe, and the secret got too big to hide. As you might expect, non-democratic authorities were none too pleased to learn of Weishaupt's secret club. From 1784 to 1787, Duke Karl Theodor of Bavaria cracked down on secret societies, outlawing the Illuminati. In 1785, Weishaupt skipped town, and the Illuminati of Bavaria shut down. That should have been the end of it, but that's only where the conspiracy theories began. Expanding conspiracy. So why do people still worry about this secret club that was probably defunct centuries ago? Fittingly, it all goes back to one paranoid guy. In the 1790s, a French abbot named Augustin Barruel nearly single-handedly invented the modern idea of the evil-doing Illuminati. According to his theories, the Illuminati went underground and secretly took over the European Freemasonry from the inside, and then sparked the French Revolution of 1789. Barruel explained all his theories in his 4-volume memoirs illustrating the history of Jacobinism. According to Barruel, the Illuminati were medieval Satan worshippers on a quest for ultimate power. Crazy? Sure. But wait, it gets crazier. Double trouble. Augustin Barruel's theory might have been the craziest theory about the French Revolution, but it wasn't the only crazy theory. The same year that Barruel's memoirs came out, Englishman John Robison published proofs of a conspiracy, claiming that the Illuminati were a secret threat to governmental stability everywhere. You know how two movies about the same thing sometimes coincidentally come out at the same time?
Coincidence, and the rarer, sexier coinkydinks.
It was like that, but with these two 18th century Illuminati conspiracy books. Guess some things never change. The Crowley Connection. Over the years, the Illuminati's alleged ties to Satanism refused to go away. In the early 1900s, the most messed up satanic elements of Barruel's theory returned, thanks to Aleister Crowley. At the peak of Crowley's notoriety, the media called him the wickedest man in Britain. He certainly was a controversial figure who turned being an Illuminatus into a cool, rebellious idea for weirdos on the fringes of society. Communism. In conspiracy theory culture, what actually happened doesn't matter as much as the stories people tell themselves. And with that in mind, there's one big piece missing from the Illuminati conspiracy story: communism. Where does communism fit in the big Illuminati scheme? For the answer, we need to go back once again to Bavaria at the time of the Holy Roman Empire. According to theories by Brad and Sherry Steiger, the Bavarian Illuminati survived in the form of reading societies devoted to literature and self-improvement. They proposed that Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were members of those Illuminati reading societies when they wrote the Communist Manifesto in 1848. Steiger goes on to say that historians got it wrong. Communism isn't some idealistic critique of industrial capitalism. He says that communists are Illuminati. By this logic, the Cold War wasn't about fighting communism. It was about resisting the Illuminati plan for a new world order. And, you know what happens next? It gets worse. Henry Ford. Dig deep enough, and the Illuminati conspiracy inevitably goes from adorably nutty to horribly, disgustingly anti-Semitic. And for that we can thank Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company. In 1921, Ford reprinted an English translation of a Russian propaganda article called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion in his wildly anti-Semitic newspaper, The Dearborn Independent. The protocols supposedly described a secret meeting of evil Jewish men, commonly understood to be Illuminati, who got together to plot world domination. So why does it matter that Henry Ford chose to publish the protocols in his newspaper? Besides getting Ford name-checked in Mein Kampf as one of Hitler's heroes, it also gave both wide distribution and global credibility to anti-Semitic lies, according to the Washington Post. Those same anti-Semitic lies show up constantly in today's Illuminati-obsessed conspiracy theory culture. 20th century takeover. The second half of the 20th century is where a lot of the modern Illuminati conspiracy theories picked up steam. It was kind of inevitable, considering all the clandestine spying and technology advances that were happening at the time. In particular, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover's COINTELPRO domestic surveillance program for monitoring radical activists was supposedly tied to the Illuminati, as was the CIA's Project MKUltra, a program that dosed soldiers with LSD in the hope of developing super soldiers. Even some presidents supposedly had the inside scoop on the Illuminati threat. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy gave a speech that some corners of the internet call his Illuminati speech. Why? Because of one single line.
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies.
What secret societies was he talking about? It was 1961, so probably communism, or maybe the mafia. But that wasn't really the point of the speech. It was about the freedom of the press, the same freedom that allows today's conspiracy buffs to claim he was killed by the Illuminati. The Illuminatus trilogy. Pretty soon, paranoia and conspiracy theories went mainstream. Robert Anton Wilson and Robert Shea capitalized on the widespread interest in conspiracy theories by writing the Illuminatus trilogy in 1975, 3 psychedelic, certifiably insane Illuminati-themed novels released as one volume. Based on the most outlandish conspiracy theories the authors learned while editing the Playboy Forum, the Illuminatus trilogy basically established the subgenre of conspiracy fiction and continues to drive interest in sinister secret societies.
You're talking about the Illuminati?
It's no joke.
Digital Illuminati. In theory, just about all of current human knowledge is available on the internet, not to mention roughly 70% of the world's cats in people clothes population. So why is the truth about Illuminati so hard to come by? Well, move over, Al Gore, because according to some conspiracy theorists, the Illuminati invented the internet. Why would they invent the internet? Well, so it's easier to brainwash everyone, obviously.
These telepathic little bastards, they embed themselves in memories, and then they use those to multiply and spread out and take over planets.
In other words, Illuminati conspiracy theories are getting more convoluted with every passing year. Do the Illuminati orchestrate the world's wars? Are they enormous Satanist reptilians who live inside the hollowed-out moon? Is it all part of their plan for a new world order? You can ask the internet, but you probably shouldn't. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.